Today, I'm going to take you guys through a serious practical journey. I want you to make sure you have your pen and paper ready, your mind ready, and your spirit ready. So I want you to have your physical cells ready, your soul ready, and your spirit ready. Because I'm going to take you through a serious practical journey. If you're struggling to figure out what business to choose, this video is going to be massive in helping you do that. Today, I'm going to go over serious strategy that you can go over to actually pick the kind of business that you want to do. Yeah? Let's get into it. I don't want to waste any time. I want to get straight into it, going over some serious strategy that we're going to go over. So what I'm going to need you to do, so I'm going to just draw something here. And again, get your pen, papers, and things like that ready. You're going to be following along with me. So what we're going to be looking for is we're going to look to find your offer. Today, we're going to find out what you're going to offer to the marketplace. Yeah? Now, what an offer is. Now, an offer can be anything. An offer can be absolutely anything. An offer, like, for example, Mr. Beast offers entertainment. That's what he actually offers. On YouTube, Mr. Beast offers entertainment. Uber offers transport. A videographer offers to take pictures. An offer is not just like, some people think like, I need to have like a business idea. No, Mr. Beast actually offers entertainment. You understand? That's what Mr. Beast actually offers. He offers entertainment. That's what people are coming to it. When people think of Mr. Beast, they think of entertainment. When people think of Andrew Tate, they think of controversial. You're not in the same mood when you're watching Andrew Tate versus Mr. Beast. You're not in the same mood when you're watching a Candace Owens, when you're watching BBC News or Sky News, than when you're watching, what those KSI and those guys called, The Sidemen, or Logan and Jake Paul. They're offering entertainment. The other side, they're offering information. That's what the BBC News offers. That's what Sky News offers. That's what CNBC and Fox News offer. Yeah. So if you are struggling so the first thing that you need to understand that you need to have when you have a business is you need an offer. You need to know exactly what you're offering to the market. 3, your offer should basically look like this. Your offer should basically be what you're going to do and how quickly you're going to do it. Yeah? You're going to be saying what you're going to do and how quickly you're going to do it. That's basically it. So like, for example, with me, and who you're going to do it for. Yeah? So what, who, and when. Yeah? That's what we're trying to get to at the end of this whole like strategy masterclass that I'm about to present to you guys right now. So for example, Mr. Beast will say, what does he do? I offer YouTube videos. Who's it for? For young adults from all of those war ranges when every other month. What do Apple do? We offer Apple say we offer physical technology to let's go a little bit niche. Let's say Adobe that make like that make like Premiere Pro, and they make like Photoshop. Let's say Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop, what does it offer? We offer an editing software and tool to photographers. When? How quickly can it be done? More efficiently. Let's say Uber. Let's use another Uber. What do we do? What? Uber. We offer transport to people who don't have a car. So they cater to people who don't have a car, but who need it when they don't want to catch a bus or public transport, and when in a quick few seconds on the phone. I'm paraphrasing and I'm trying to move with some speed because I don't have a lot of time, but that is what you need. You need your offer. Okay. Now, how do we get to our offer? See, I know what your mind's thinking right now. To get to your offer, we're going to look at the industries that you know, the industries, the sectors, the categories that you know. You're then going to look at the skills that you have or can learn. And it's so key that you understand that part which says can learn. It's so important. You're going to look at the skills that you have or can learn. And then finally, which is the most important one, please don't forget this. You need to look at market needs. Yeah? And we're going to look at each of these. And then from here, it's going to help us determine what our offer is going to be. All right. So I'm going to take you guys down a journey, man. I'm going to take you guys down a journey. So let's go with industry. So what should we pick? Let's see, okay, let's use me for an example. Yeah. Shall I use me for an example? Yeah, I'll use me for an example. Just before, I'm going to use me for example, just before when I wanted to start my ticket reselling, I wanted to do ticket reselling and teach people how to do ticket reselling. So I wanted to start so for me, I wanted to start an info business and I wanted to be ticket reselling. Now, before that, I had many different industries. So I have experience in trading. I've got experience in stocks, crypto. I've got experience in Amazon FBA, in drop shipping, many different things. But I picked ticket reselling. So before that, I sat down myself and I said, okay, before I picked which offer I should go for. And remember, you only need to pick one. Remember, you need a singular focus in life. Singular focus is key in life. Pick one thing, not multiple things, one thing. Always just pick one thing, because when you pick one thing, you can actually reach the full potential of what that thing has to give to you. All right. So when I looked at the industries that I knew, I had drop shipping. She's writing green. She's writing red. Just writing red. Showing it more. So I had drop shipping. That's something that's an industry that I knew. We had crypto. That's an industry that I knew. We had ticket reselling. That's an industry that I knew. Another industry that I had was, what else we got? Sneaker reselling. That's an industry that was it, and I knew about. All right. So I want you to write that down. This is quite broad, actually. This is actually quite broad. The more niche down you can get for the industries that you know, the better. Obviously, I'm looking at it in the case of which info business am I going to start? But you may be looking at a case of, if I'm going to go into creative work, am I going to pick, now, see, yeah, I'm trying to give a good example. So what I'm doing is basically saying, should I be a videographer? Should I be a photographer? Should I be an editor? Should I be this? That's what I'm trying to pick here. But if you can go deeper, the better. So if, let's say you've decided that you are a videographer, you should be choosing between, do I do wedding content? Do I do music videos? Do you see what I'm trying to say now? The deeper you can go, the better. And you must be deep, then going wide. Go deep, not wide. Because you see, too many times I think there's something that's plaguing our generation. We ask people questions and you want to give surface level answers. Be deep. Be a deep person. It's not weird to be deep, because you see, when you're not being deep, it's like if I asked you, what it's like me asking you, what are you going to study? And you saying, I'm going to go study at university. Or me asking you, what are you going to drive? I'm going to drive a car. What's the next question you're going to ask? What course are you going to study at university? What car? That's like, let me just do on a different one. Like, this is what most people are like. This is how most of you guys are. Come back to this. Most of you guys are say, what are you going to study? You say, yeah, university. What business are you going to do? Yeah, university. That's what you just do this up. What car are you going to enter a car? What business are you going to start? I want to start a business. What business? That's the whole purpose of this video, to help you decide which one you're going to actually go for. No one says just university. You're going to say a course you're going to do. You could say science. That's okay. Now we're going a little bit more deeper into it. You could say science. For car, you could say, I'm looking for a 4x4. It's a little bit better, isn't it? But you can go deep, and we all want to ask you, what science? What 4x4? Is it biology? Is it chemistry? Is it physics? Is it this? Is it that? There's so many different ones. And then even deeper than that, there's other courses within biology. There's biomedical science. There's biochemistry. There's neuroscience. So many different there's human biology, there's plant biology, goes deeper and deeper. And listen, in life, it's better to be a specialist than it is to be a generalist. Let me give you an example of doctors. Let's say take a general doctor and a specialist doctor. So you got a general doctor, generalist. He just helps you generally. And let's say we have a specialist doctor. And let's say he's a heart surgeon. The generalist works 12 to 14 hours per day. He works anywhere from 10, let's say 10 to 14 hours plus every single day. The specialist does a few operations a week. In terms of pay, the generalist, I want to speak about the UK and other countries, but the highest generalist doctors in the world, in the United States, can earn 2 to 400k a year. Maybe more, but on average, about 2 to 400k a year. Specialist doctors in the United States and across the world can earn anywhere from $800 to $1.2 million plus, baby. Very, very easily. The generalist doctor, in terms of fulfillment, is unfulfilled. Do you know why? Because 50% of the patients that he gets they don't even have a real problem. 50% of them are coming to talking about their heartbreak or the depression that does not exist. 50% of them. So that leads to unfulfillment. The specialist, on the other hand, he's helping a family with their daughter who's got and he's helping do triple bypass surgery. He's helping somebody who is somebody who might be a fireman, a policeman, an armyman. He's helping people who are also contributing to the world, and he's giving them heart surgery. He's taking tumors out. Of course, people are going to be way more happier. They're going to be blessing him. The amount of blessings that the specialist surgeon is going to receive is crazy. So he's going to have a more fulfilled life, because you create more impact in the world. And this is what you want to be. You want to be a specialist, not a generalist. You want to know what car am I driving, what 4x4 am I driving. Is it a Range Rover? If so, which one is it? Is it an Evoque? Is it a Velar? Is it a, I don't know, the Range Rover Range, but which one? You must be a specialist, not a generalist, okay? Okay, back to where it was. So industries that we know, you should pick those ones. And this is key. Industries that we know, yeah? And then I want you guys to write down the skills that you have or can learn. So, the skills you could have, speaking skills. So for me, I've got marketing. Marketing was a good skill for me. Marketing. Another skill I could have is I was really good at online businesses. That's really a skill. Confidence, charisma. Just different skills. And remember, skills you have or can learn. Yeah. And that will come from the industry. So we'll get to that. Don't worry. And then finally, market needs. What are some of the market needs? So within this market, it's info. Some of the market needs are people are looking for a online only business. They're not looking for something that they have to keep their inventory. Some of the market needs is people are looking to quit their job quickly. People are looking to quit their jobs quickly and have an online business. People are looking to travel. People are looking to earn money and travel. These are some of the market needs. Now, what you do is, from this, and I'm going to show you guys what you're going to do to industries, but from taking a look at your industries, taking a look at your skills, taking a look at your market needs, that's what's going to help you determine what you're going to offer. And it should be, and since the market needs is the most important, we go from here. So, okay, people want an online only business, people want to quit their job, people want to travel, people are looking for someone they can trust. So I'm a person that has got charisma, I'm confident, great. I'm good at marketing, great. That suits it. All right. Dropshipping. Okay, dropshipping is online, great. Crypto's online, great. Sneakers not online, forget about it. All right, but people are looking to something that they can trust. Crypto doesn't really have as much trust. Dropshipping, people are looking for something that doesn't have as much startup capital. I'm just being quick, but I'm just trying to get you guys going, giving you the idea of how things should be, how you should look at it. And then from there, it allows me to go, all right, cool. So ticket probably, reselling, probably the thing that I should go for. Yeah? Now, another exercise that you need to do now, just for those of you who are struggling with the industry and you're struggling to pick which industry that you should go for, what I want you to do is this. I want you to write down all the industries that you know. So for example, if you are your desire is to be like a in fact, I think I could do it here, but I yeah. If your desire, if you've got, let's say you've got skills like public speaking, and so I was working with this with one client, and he had skills like confidence and public speaking, and he can light up a room. So we were thinking, so we looked at the sector of public speaking. Yeah, actually, I don't know if that's gonna mess up my page. Yeah, so we looked in the sector. So just guys could just we looked in the sector of public speaking, and we knew that the industries that we could attack were he could do public speaking in government, he could do public speaking for companies, he could do public speaking for charities. These are the different industries that he can do. And then we look at the market needs. Who needs the most? And we realized the biggest market need was actually within government. They actually have the biggest need. Now, how do we determine that? We determine that by first looking at the industry. So let's use the public speaking example, and I'm going to just do it. So we look at the sector that. So what I want you guys to do again? So I want you guys to go to one, take the industries that you have, and you can be pausing this video. So if you've already got to this stage, great. If you haven't, you can come to this part of the video, and you can start working on our industries that we have. So we look at our industries, number one, and let's say public speaking. So we looked at government, we looked at charity, we looked at business space. And what you're going to do to find out the best industry you should go for, you're going to look at the problems, fears, and desires within each niche. That's what you're going to do. Look at the problems, the fears, and desires within each niche. So for government, maybe one of the problems is that government people, MPs, government people, they can't actually, they have problems when it comes to speaking to see. By the way, we're trying to see, so what our offer is we want to see which industry should we help the most. Because you see, the thing is, guys, the reason why you look like this is because the thing is here, people buy because of pain. People buy because of pain. The only reason people buy is because of pain. Yeah. If let me see over here this and explain this quickly. Actually, let me just explain this quickly. See, people buy because of pain. I need to look into your eyes when I say this. People buy because of pain. If you was walking down the road and you saw a homeless man and he had a bandage and said, "Get into my car," would you do it? No. But let's say he was walking down the road and God forbid you fall over, blood is gushing and you can see your bones. The same homeless man gives you a bandage and says he's going to drive you to the hospital. Would you do it? Yes. Here's one for the ladies. How much would I have to pay you to go bald for the rest of the year? Bald. A lot of you are saying, no amount of money, impossible. Some of you are thinking of saying at least 1 million, 10 million at least, 100 million at least. So what does that mean? That means that first of all, you should never complain about that next bundle or hairstyle that you're going to get. Because truly, that hair doesn't cost 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 pounds. What it actually costs is the million that you said that you need to be paid for to not have any hair. We buy because of pain. When you're hungry, you buy. You have a hunger pain, so you buy food. When you're tired, you buy transport. The alternative is you can walk. It's free. But the reason why you buy a train ticket, the reason why you'll get a plane ticket is because you don't want to swim to that country because that's too much effort. It's free. You can do it. No one's going to stop you, by the way, but it's too much effort. So you buy because of pain. The pain of having to walk to that destination is so much that you would rather take the money in your pocket and give it to someone else. That's why the easiest sales you can make are those individuals who are in the most pain. And this is why we do this exercise. This is why we look at the problems, fears, and desires which are within each industry. So we look at government. I actually want to get this up. All right. So if we look at government, one of the problems that they can have is complex messaging. So one of the problems that they might have in their niche is complex messaging. Government officials and policymakers often face challenges in conveying complex policies or public service messages in a way that is clear and understandable to the general public. The reason why Donald Trump is effective as he is because he's got public speaking training. He's such a good public speaker. He's such a good public speaker. Somebody who's got a desire to be in a position that Donald Trump's in will have some pain because they're like, I'm not a good public speaker. So they're going to seek out mentorship. This is the pain that we're looking for. So we saw government. Could that be a potential thing? And you see, I just saw the chancellor of the executor was just delivering the budget speech, and they had to be good at public speaking because it's very complex things that they deal with. And they must make sure that they can convey the message effectively for people. Another thing, let's look at fears. So one fear would be backlash or criticism. If they are good public speakers, they're going to get a lot of criticism from that because because of something they said in a speech, because they didn't articulate their message correctly. And the next thing is desires. What's the desires for people in government? It would be effective public engagement, increase public trust, influence policy or public opinion. So let's go for public trust. They want to be such good public speakers, and their desire is that their problem is they can face criticism and they've got complex messaging, and their desire is we want public trust. That's the whole point that they're going on that speech. All right, let's look at charity and more social impact. The problem would be the challenge of persuasion. They face the difficulty in persuading stakeholders, donors to actually invest in their social mission, because people really, the only reason people want to spend money is to get a return back, isn't it? So that's probably their biggest challenge when it comes to public speaking, is their challenge of persuasion. When it comes to their fears, it would be maybe their failing to, what I've got, lack of credibility. We've got failing to inspire action. So social impact leaders may fear not being able to take it seriously about all your special speaking contagious. So yes, lack of credibility. You know, I'll be honest, I've been one of those guys. Someone who's just put credibility. Like, here, let me give you a good example. There's protesters. There's this one group of protesters called Just Stop Oil. People just can't take them seriously. Like, the message can be great. Global warming is increasing more than ever. But because of your messaging, it's not good. These are the kinds of people that would benefit from good public speaking or speaking training, because you can't convey your message properly. And that's one of their fears. Now your credibility is going down. It means that when you do talk about something seriously, we can't take you seriously because we don't care. You know? Next, right, is, and then desire. So their desire would be to be recognized as a leader or to inspire action. That's what their desire is. Business, let's wrap up with business. So with business, you've got the problem would be, a lack of leadership presence. Executives and managers may not be able to command confidence in their speaking style, limiting their influence within their teams and in the clients. So let's just say, communication, which leads to leadership problems. Fears would be fear of public speaking. By the way, this is just business and corporate. And then finally, desires would obviously be to leadership. Okay, so once you've got all your problems, fears, and desires for each, and I'm just giving you a great example here that you can use, and this is actually something that you can steal. If you're somebody who you believe you've got skills like public speaking, it's something you could actually probably steal. But I digress. If you want to talk more about it, you can feel free to message me. But so this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this for your industries. You're going to take problems, fears, and desires. Now, what you're going to now do is you're only going to look at your problems and your desires. And I want you to rank each of the problems and each of the desires. Let's rank it out of 3. So 1 being, this is not that, like, it's not that big of a problem, or it's not that big of a desire. So it's okay. 2 being, it's 50-50. 3 being, this is strong. So you want to rank. You want to say, all right, so the problem of complex messaging in government, that's a 3. The problem of persuasion in charity, I'll give that a 2. The problem of communicating with their clients and being an effective leader, I'm going to give that a 2. The desire of public trust within government, I'm going to give that a 3. The desire of people taking action in charity, I'm actually going to give that I'll give it a 2. And desire of leadership in the business, I'm actually going to give that a 1. So now what you're going to do is you're going to total up for each niche the total, and whichever has the biggest total is the one you're going to go for. Because what that tells you is that that is the industry that has the biggest pain. That is the industry that has the biggest pain. You can clearly see it's government. And that's why I chose government with that client of mine. We chose government. Now, government wasn't even what he, and this is where skills you have or can learn comes in. Because now there's going to be some skills that you're going to have to learn because you're going into government. There's certain terminology that you're going to need to brush up on. There's certain things that you're going to need to understand because you're now going into, so that's why I say can learn. Do not let the skills you have be a hindrance to the kind of business that you can go down. The easiest way to make money is in businesses where there's a lot of pain. The reason why the next billionaires and potentially even trillionaires are going to come from AI, they're going to come from quantum physics and quantum sciences. They're going to come from, really AI. They're going to come from even anything to do with cryptocurrency and the blockchain. The reason why is because there's so much pain. There's so much pain within money right now where people can't freely move money from person to person. I was speaking with my barber and he was letting me know how he'll get some American clients come into the barber shop and they only have Cash App. So he can't accept Cash App. They don't have a UK bank account. How is he supposed to accept money? We don't have Cash App. We don't have anything like this. But how can we transfer money? Bitcoin. Bitcoin could be transferred. So that's going to be one of the next big things. Let's talk about AI. AI is completely changing the world right now. People want to be more productive, more efficient. There's big pain in that. People would look, we can quote it briefly. Yeah, it means less jobs, but companies want to have more cash flow. Companies are in it for a business. So if they can fire somebody and replace them with AI, trust me, they will. Because they're in it for business at the end of the day. They're in it for profit margins. They're not here for, it's not a charity. They're here to actually make money. So AI is going to be massive. These are next, farming is actually another big industry that's going to be big in as well. Anything to do with farming, because we're eating at a rate I looked at some statistics, we're eating at rates like no other. Don't go into industries, don't go into an industry just because you like it. Just because you like it. Go into something that the market actually needs. The market needs, it suits the most to your skill set, and it's within the industry that you already know about. That's how you should go about things. That's how you should pick things. And that's how you make your offer. And that's how you can finally, and then I want you guys to do the way to end this exercise is we do this. So I want you to then take your problem. So this is your offer now. So your offer now will look like this. So with the public speaking training, I want you to put your problems down here. So, and this is how we're going to find your offers. Your problem would be, so this is for government, conveying complex messaging. That we say, it's a conveying complex messaging. And our desire is for public trust. Can you see in between here, there's a gap. There's a gap between here and here. This is what government officials want. This is what government ministers want. This is what ambassadors want. So in here, there's a gap. The bigger the gap, the bigger the pain, the more that people are going to be prepared to pay for it. So this is where now you can make your offer. Remember what we said? We said who, what, where. So now your offer can be something like this. So now your offer can say, I offer public speaking training, or I offer, it's going to be government public speaking training. So that's what I do. So I offer government public speaking training. So that's what, tick. For who? Oh, sorry. We need to carry on the what? We need to carry on the what. I offer government public speaking training. So then the what? So I offer government public speaking training to help you convey complex messaging and gain public trust. That's the what. The who would be, I offer government. So I offer, so it doesn't matter where you put it, but we could do the who. Let's just do the who over here. So the who would be, we should say, I offer public speaking training to help you convey complex messaging. Well, I offer public speaking. This is so bad. We're here. I offer public speaking training to help who? Help. So we could do this. Help government officials, ambassadors, heads of states. You know, so that's the who. And then the where, how quickly? Because if you're going to tell me it's going to take me 3 years, I don't want to hear that. And we're going to say the where is going to be in 90 days or less. So now you've got your where. So where and when you're going to do that, how quickly, where, like when is this going to happen? Where, when, like 90 days or less online. Who is over here? So who is over here? These are your target audiences. Anyone in government, officials, ambassadors, heads of states. And what is it? It's public speaking training to help convey complex messaging to build public trust. This is something that this is something that government officials are going to drool over. They're going to pay a lot of money over. These are yet to do nothing. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that practical. I hope that you can, this is a video that I've made that you can come back and watch anytime that you're thinking, okay, how can I build my business? What should I actually do? How should I offer it? You come to a video like this and you go through the steps. You pick your industry, your skills, your market needs. You do research and you follow something like this so that it can give you, you know, the direction that you're looking for, because direction over speed. I hope it helped. And it's very favor longer, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.